Hi guys, welcome to this video. We're going to be looking at two concepts. One, getting the distance between 2 points. Let's say you are on coordinate axis and you have a point A has coordinates x1 and y1. And then there is another point S, right? Maybe point S has coordinates x2, y2. And then they want you to get the distance between point A and S. We're going to be using this distance formula. So it's going to be x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. And then find the square root of everything in there. So that's going to be how we're going to be getting the distance. And this is going to come in handy, guys. So write this down. The next chapter, we're going to rely heavily on this. All right, so let's look at a few examples, right? So we have two coordinates here. This could be coordinate A and the other one coordinate B. They want us to get the distance between these coordinates, A, B. So subtract the x's. So this is my sidewalk. So let me start with point A and then go to point B. The x coordinate in point A is 2. So it's going to be 2 minus -3. So this turns into a positive and this gives you 5. So it's going to be 5 squared plus, subtract the y's, sidewalk, 8 minus 2. And this gives you 6. So 6 squared, and then you get the square. So this will give me my distance. So distance here will be 5 squared is 25 plus 6 squared, which is 36, as the square root of 61. So the distance between point A, B is 7.81. Let's look at another example, right? So I'll do the same thing. I'll subtract my x's. So 0 minus 6, 0 minus -6. This here turns into a positive. So 1 plus 2, giving you a 3. So plus 3 squared. Don't forget the square root. 6 squared is 36. 3 squared is 9. Don't forget the square root. And then 36 plus 9 gives me 45. So what's the square root of 45? And this gives me 6.71. So that's the distance here, 6.71 units. All right, so pause the video, guys, and try out the last problem. So if this is our point Q, and this is my point P, and I want us to get the distance QP, right? Square root. And this is getting the square root of 90, which will give me 9.49. So here the distance is 9.49 units. All right, so after getting the distance between 2 points, the last thing we're going to look at is, what about the midpoint, right? What if I have a line P, maybe ST, and I know the coordinates of T are x2, y2, and they want me to get the midpoint here. Let me use a different ink, actually. They want to get the midpoint. It's going to be easy. You just add the x's, so x1 plus x2 divided by 2, then add the y's, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That will give you the midpoint, right? So let's look at a few examples where we're calculating the midpoint. Add the x's divided by 2, add the y's divided by 2. That will give you the coordinates of the midpoint. Let's look at a few examples. So we have 2 points here, and they want us to get the midpoint. Like I said, add the x's. So this is my sidewalk. The x here is 1 plus -7, which is negatives divided by 2. So it's -6 divided by 2. If you add the y's, 6 plus 8, that's 14. So 14 divided by 2. So this gives you -3, 7. So the coordinates of the midpoint here is -3, 7. What about example 2? If this is my point S and this is my point T, they want me to get the coordinates of the midpoint between S and T, and that is Q. Maybe it's Q, maybe it's X, maybe it's B. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm just going to add the x's, which is 2 plus -2 divided by 2. And then I'm going to add the y's, -1 plus 7 divided by 2. So this gives me 0. So 0 divided by 2 is 0. This gives me 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the coordinates of the midpoint here is 0, 3. And then lastly, if this is point AB, to get the midpoint, 2 plus -2, that's 0. 0 divided by 2, 0. So those are the coordinates of the midpoint. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.